So, after the disappointment of this hunk of garbage, which turns out to have a first-gen Intel Core CPU, I looked up the specs of all these computers, and the best computer turned out to be this boy. It's a Dell Optiplex 3110 with a bulging CD drive and a kinda beat up case. And today, we're just gonna turn this thing into a gaming rig. Got some PS2, Ethernet, USB, 2 DisplayPort things, some more USB, serial, VGA, sound. So let's crack this boy open. So, already we've got no RAM, everything's unplugged. So right now we've got no RAM and everything's unplugged. How am I supposed to put a hard drive in here? Cables all over. Random slots. Intruder alarm that is unplugged. You know, just normal things you want to see in your computer. So what we're going to do is, first, I'm going to fix this CD drive. Never mind, it's fixed. And then I'm going to stick this 2 terabyte hard drive from that abomination into this abomination. Then I'm going to fix all the cables, and bang bang boom, we ready to go. So let me fix my tripod here, because it broke and it now needs a screwdriver to be able to adjust the height. Not height, like viewing angle. And now we make it tall. Overhead camera. So first, we rip out anything that doesn't need to be there. For example, intruder alarm. Don't need that. And now, we get to work. So we have front fan, which plugs in right there. We got CPU power. And actually, before I do any of this, let's grab 8 gigabytes of some Kingston HyperX memory. So, let's just, actually, hold on. I should probably get some more stuff plugged in. That's plugged in. Those SATAs look fine. Okay. Everything looks to be in order, but it's probably going to explode the second I do anything. So, actually, let's just, how do I, oh, so that thing's the release for the, that's the release for the CD drive. I thought it was the hard drive slot. And now, we install our SATA power. Because otherwise that's going to be a pain later. And our data. And we plug that into our SATA 1. And CPU power 1 out. Okay, now everything is ready for our very tall RAM. Oh. Okay. Okay, good. I did not snap the RAM. If I'd snapped the RAM, then I would sentence myself to the void. We don't talk about the void. Okay. Everything looks like it's in place now. Except we still don't have a hard drive. So let's fix that. It just goes here, I assume. I assume. Probably. I think. Okay, how do I do this? It should just slide in there. But it is not just sliding in there. Okay. Power supply cables are in the way. And I forgot about our data. Everything is very precise at Dell IC. Very precise indeed. These hurt my fingers. Okay. And we need SATA power. Okay. Yeah, that's manageable. What idiot designed this? No offense to the person who actually designed this. You just did a horrible job. Now, all we need to do is SATA controller. Just kidding. We're actually installing some Wi-Fi. But first, I need to open this. I have no idea what I'm doing. How do I even... That sounded like it was breaking. I'm gonna yank up on that. Okay. Not gonna do a GPU teardown. One sec. Okay. Now, all I need to do is install the graphics card and the internet. And I just straight up removed the VGA from the graphics card because it was in the way. It's probably fine if it's wiggly like that. Really, your graphics card should have a bit of wiggle. What am I doing? Oh yeah. Hold on. I need to remove my graphics card. I forgot to reinstall the little screw thingies on the DVI. Actually, why am I using my fingers? I got a screwdriver for that. Okay. Anyway. I just tried to put it in upside down. Okay. And now all I need to do, theoretically, is just plug in power, keyboard, and mouse. What's this? Oh, that connects to this thingy. It connects to this thingy. This thingy connects to this thingy. I get it. Okay. Anyway, let's just make everything a little bit more cramped by shoving the disk drive back in. And now, I'm moving over to my temporary testing spot. Alright, let's get this thing booted. So the fan immediately achieves liftoff. Is it dead? Yeah. Did it work? Oh! Dell Security Manager. Hardware jumper is removed. What? Couldn't read that. Sit up. My eyes are bleeding. System information, A12 BIOS, 8 gigs of RAM, downclocked. Memory channel mode, dual interleave. What does that mean? We've got network thingy, VGA compatible, and then to empty, which that'll make sense. We've got Boot sequence, everything looks fine. Legacy options. Date and time. 2013, sure. System config. Sure. Serial port. COM1, sure. We don't need RAID. So, how do I change it? I don't know how to change it. Hold on, let me figure out how to change it. Okay, so I figured out I can just use my mouse. So, yeah. I'm just gonna go through this multi-display. Features not applicable to other operating systems. Okay, so I don't care. Security, no password. No password. Okay, no password. No password. TPM. I don't know if I need that. Compute trace. Don't care. CPU XD support. OROM. Huh? Oh, optional ROM. Admin setup. Secure boot. Don't care. Expert key management. What? Okay. Multi-core setup. All. Intel speed step. C states. Intel turbo boost. Hyper-threading. Okay. Fan control override. Don't care. USB wake up support. Wake on LAN. Don't need that for now. Post behavior. Virtualization. Okay, maintenance. Image server. Don't care because this isn't gonna be server. BIOS events. Okay, so let's just apply the settings I did, and then bing bang boom. Also, I'm pretty sure. Okay, it does have a CMOS battery. And now we just boot, I believe. Do, do, do. And because I already have Linux put on this, because that piece of garbage, I don't need to reinstall Linux on the drive, which is pretty cool. And now it just takes a while to load, because it's... Oh. Huh. That actually loaded really fast. Huh. Whatever. KDE Plasma. One of my favorite desktop environments. The very first desktop environment I used was Cinnamon on Linux Mint. Let's install some apps before the taskbar loads. Dang it, the taskbar loaded. Okay. So right now, all I need is apparently a scroll wheel. Let me go grab a mouse with a scroll wheel. This mouse has no battery, and also I just launched the back cover like 20 feet. Let me grab my other mouse. Okay. That was the keyboard. Never mind, they're both keyboard. I need to plug back in the one that's more of a keyboard. And then Logitech USB receiver. Goodbye, red orb. You are being replaced because you lack a scroll wheel. And I don't like using scroll bars, because they suck. Okay. Browsers. Firefox is already installed, and it's all we need. Development. Am I gonna be doing any development? Probably not. Graphics. Blender will probably not run on this. Hardware tools, here we go. AMD GPU top. Don't have any RGB. Actually, let's just start with CPU Z, so we can see what the CPU is specifically. Internet. Don't care. Communication. Get Discord. I'm not a Discord mod, I swear. I already looked in development. Mail. Don't need any mail. Multimedia. The only time I've ever used Brasero, it didn't work. And I don't need any of this stuff. Like, I just need VLC. They don't got VLC on here. None of this office stuff. What's in other? Android thing. Wallpaper thing. Dragon. Huh. Oh, here we go, VLC. And then virtualization. Which, no virtualization I've ever tried ever works. So let's just install Discord, CPU Z, and VLC. Just disconnect my keyboard for a second. Listen to this. Just listen to this. Like, that's some good clicking. Anyway. Proceed with installation. Yes! While that does that, turn that off. Oh, look at that. Okay. And now, we've got Discord, VLC, and CPU-Z. Let's check out our CPU. Okay. Intel Ivy Bridge i7 3770 at 3.4 gigahertz. How many cores does it have? 4 cores, 8 threads. What? What? Anyway. What if I just... Oh, I can't just create extra cores. What about my motherboard? Motherboard, generic Dell. System, CachyOS, uptime, 7 minutes, 34 seconds. Graphics, AMD, HD, something or other. Okay. Does Steam just come on here? It does not. I'll go out. Time to get Steam and some other stuff. Okay, we got Mario 64 running in 800 by 600 monitor, but the window resized to 500 by 250. Okay, so this is running absolutely flawlessly, but it is 500 by 250. Let's play some Temu Fortnite. Bruh. That's some really bad glare. Okay. Let's do full screen. Okay, this is running fine, I think. I just realized that's not coming from my headphones. This thing's got a built-in speaker. That's cool, actually. That this thing has a built-in speaker. I'm surprised it like had a driver. So this is running basically perfectly, but again, 800 by 600. Let's play this, because it usually is running horrible. And it didn't run on the laptop. Failed the load leaderboard. Don't care. Okay. This is running spectacularly, but I suck. And also there's like a small amount of input lag. Latency, whatever. Nice. Well, it ran that. Counter-Strike still hasn't launched. Let's try War Thunder! Let's just play War Thunder. I don't want to launch the launcher. Might take a bit. It's launching. I don't care about Vulkan shaders. Failed to initialize graphics. Ah. Well, this computer is somehow worse than this laptop. Incredibly. How? But I don't know. Maybe it's the OS? It says it's running, but it is not. I'm just gonna kill it. This computer is somehow worse than this laptop. The only thing it has better than the laptop is it has WebGL too. Subscribe.